Is it working? Super, it's working. Well, that's good. So, it is 10 a.m. my time. So, Chelsea, I hope you feel better. I'm sorry that we cannot do it together. So, I'm going to wait for 1 or 2 minutes, 1 minute to get more people in. So, please, good morning, everybody. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Lindsay. If you have questions, please, just have Brianna. Just add, the questions, send the questions. I'll try to answer some questions. What I'm going to do is going to go very quickly over a few points. I know you have a lot of great trainings, with Roll to Royalty, through Chelsea and through many people. But so I just want to give you a quick update on the company, a couple of my thoughts. And then after that, I will answer any kind of questions that you have. So I'm very, very excited. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing? Oh, man, there's people joining. I love it. Okay, so I'm Philippe. Good morning. I'm very excited to be with you. And one thing that is more exciting, I find that is the best, that I love, the most, is that I have the ability and I have the opportunity to do the best job, that I would ever think I would ever have. And I'm very, very blessed, to be able to work for you, because my job, which I love, is to work for you, is to be able to put in place the organization, to put in place everything that we can to take Journey's dream, and to make it even bigger, and to work. We work as a team, getting the whole team together. So in the end, you are your own limitation, and at no time, our organization or the corporate structure, the inventory, the support, the training, the systems would be your limitation. That's the beauty of it. So, I would like to get started and just tell you a little bit about, and I'm sure you know that, but Synergence is about what? Synergence is about empowering women around the world, not men and women, just women around the world, to live life of love and abundance. And that's basically what we are about. What we're about is to be able to give you the life, and to be able to provide for you and empower you to be able to have the life that you'd love to have, the life of your dreams. And there's nothing better in life than to do that. And my job is to try to be a catalyst for that. So I absolutely love it. And good morning. There's more people joining. Love it. And so we do that through what? Well, through giving you a career that really works, and you take it to your own pace. And then, of course, selling amazing, innovative beauty products. So that's the beauty of it. Now, just to give you a quick update on where we're at, this morning. So we are early December, and we're still trending, very, very strong. We are still, in our 700% growth, process. And as you can see, we're back in inventory. We have, almost everything. We have had an amazing, season of new things coming back. So Jumpstart, then we had lip kits, then Fast Start 30, 60, 90. Then over Thanksgiving, we had little surprises almost every day. And now for early December, we have, a few more promos where, when you buy over 750 PV from the 1st to the 15th of December, you get a trio. And month of December is not finished, so there are going to be more things happening. Just love it. It's exciting. And we will continue to provide you with new tools to continue to help you recruit and bring more people, to the organization. So that's the beauty. We had a process. The process is we have to get back into inventory. That's what we did. We, needed to bring back the things that we had to take away because we actually had to cut off our recruiting tools. And that's what we did. We're bringing them all back. And we will continue to bring back the things that we had to stop because of inventory issues. So we continue to do that. And at the same time, we're bringing new things. We're going to continue to bring back, I would say, expanding in the line of products that we're in, and we're going to continue to bring back new products, and we're going to actually go into new ventures, over the next year. So that's where 2018 is going to be so amazing. It's because not only we're going to work on bringing back stuff that we had to cut off, we're going to expand on things that we already have, and we're going to go into new, areas and new products, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. We do the same thing for the training. Road to Royalty. Look at the success, what Lara, Leslie, and Chris did. It's amazing. And so this is going to be, something that's going to happen again. And we're going to continue to provide new tools, to help you even be more successful, as entrepreneurs. And then, of course, we looked at systems. Okay, systems. I think it's a fact that we're not the best, okay? We have, when you look at the cine sites, when you look at the back office, we have room for improvement. So here's the thing, and that's what we're going to do, is we will upgrade, our systems the way that we have, done for inventory. That means we didn't come back from 17% in stock. I got cut off. Sorry. And we didn't come back from 17% in stock to 99.5% in stock just in a matter of 2 weeks. We had a lot of work, and we gradually, step by step, worked on it. That's the same thing for systems. We are going to upgrade the cine sites, and it's going to be step by step. Now you're going to tell me when. I'm going to tell you as soon as we can. And there's going to be a first step. Then there's going to be a second step. Then it's going to be a third step, because we're gradually going to improve. At the same time, what we're going to have, we have another team who is working on absolutely complete overhaul. And for some of you who saw me at Pit Stop or at Leaders, with my typo on my presentation, overhaul, overhaul of the system. And so we can, in a few months, we will have a completely new cine site approach. Then we look at back office. Same thing. On the back office, we're going to have one team who is going to be working on gradual improvements, while at the same time, we're going to have a team who's going to work on a completely overhaul of our back office. So I will tell you that, it will take time. It will take months. But we are not going to just not show you any improvement. We're going to improve day after day. We're going to improve, the tools that you have at your disposal in terms of social media. So I know social media is important, and we want to continue to do that, and we want to grow that. However, social media is only one component. E-commerce is only one component, because we are much more than that. Senegence is not just, a lip science, or climate control, or whatever things. Hey, by the way, did you notice we have samples back and testers? 7 foundation testers are back. We told you we were going to work on it, and by the end of December or by January, we will have most of our testers back in place. And here's the thing: we want our word to be like toothpaste. It means like toothpaste. Once it's out of the tube, it doesn't go back. Our word is the same. We want to make sure that we do the same thing. And so we will continue, to do this. Now, to go back on social media. So social media is very important. Having, e-commerce structure and having a cine sites that work very well, it's absolutely key. At the same time, there's nothing that will replace face-to-face, because as I just told you, we are not about one product. Senegence is about you. Senegence is about you providing a service, providing a unique expertise to the people who are going to buy the products from you. And this is what you sell. You sell yourself. You sell your company, your entrepreneur, and you sell our products, but it's the whole thing. So it's just not products. If you did take a lip science and you give it to someone, You just listen. You give it to someone without explaining anything. Hey, by the way, just take it and use it. What's going to happen is that person is going to use lip sounds, going to put one layer here, one layer here. I won't do it here, don't do it at work, but, I'll have it here. And just one layer and no gloss, nothing. And the person is going to say, Whereas if you take the time to explain to that person how to apply lip sounds, that we have 12 different types of glosses, that you can actually, on the 3 layers, you can actually play with colors because you have more, than just 50 colors. With the 3 layers, you can play as many colors as you want. And if you're there to explain that and to be able to bring that person to really understand the full strength and force of the product, wow, that's what you drive, that's what you sell, and that's what you bring to your customer that, e-commerce or Walmart's or Target's, Macy's, Sephora's will never bring to them. And that's the beauty of it. So we have such an amazing strength. So that means that you need to go out, you need to have these demos, you need to be able to reach out to the people, because through this face-to-face contact, through this relationship, you will actually build loyalty, you will build your downline, and you will build your sales. And I think it's absolutely key. And that's where, when you look at Roll to Royalty, the way that Lara and Chris and Leslie have been presenting and pushing the things, it gives you, all these tools for duplication, easy approach, time management. Time management is absolutely key. And I know it's very, very, difficult when you juggle between your personal and your professional life. I totally get it, But at the same time, you really need to work hard at it because, hold on, let me show you something. That's my schedule, okay? And so the way I work is like, I have a crazy schedule. So I make sure that in my schedules, week to week, I have short-term, mid-term, long-term items. I leave some holes. And the way my schedule is organized is by themes, different colors, different things. And by the way, if I didn't organize my time up to a month and a half in advance, I would be running like crazy everywhere. Well, kind of, but, and that's the thing. So it's organizing yourself, finding a process of approaching, engaging, and duplicating easily will, be a huge asset to the growth of, your business. And behind that, we're there to support you, to help you, to be able to make sure that you have everything that you need on time and the way you want it. And, I would like to say, when you look at the mission statement of empowering women around the world, to live a life of love and abundance, through careers that work, is selling innovative beauty products that work. I think the way I translate it for me, on my side, is you should be your own limitation. At no time we want to be your limitation. We want to be able to bring you everything so you can be all you can be. And that's my passion. That's the passion of the whole team here. And that's amazing to see that we go so much. We're 7 times bigger than the year before. We see things moving. Fast Art is going so great. And so it's so exciting. Okay? So that was a little bit my, my little thing. If I had one word of advice as an entrepreneur, here's what I would say, is that as entrepreneurs, you need to be able to be a poet, like poetry, like being dreamer, being, your head's in the clouds. Sorry for the French accent, poet. And you need to be able to be a poet and be a dreamer, have absolutely no limitations in the way you think about the crazy stuff. But at the same time, if you're just a poet and you're just a dreamer, how these dreams are going to come to fruition is a problem. So that's why you have to be, at the same time, you have to be a farmer. Because to be a farmer, you're going to have to deal with your everyday life. You're going to have to plow the field. You're going to have to, and so you have to deal with really tangible short-term issues. So as an entrepreneur, you need to be able to have your dreams. You need to have your poetry. But at the same time, you need to be a farmer, being able to deal with the day-to-day. And where you are successful when you make these two worlds bridge, and that's where you're able to be sometime a poet, sometime a farmer, and you're able to bridge between these two worlds. And this is so important, that you're able to do that and to juggle these two sides. Another thing is you need to have very, very good support and advice. So you should have a very good CPA. You should have, potentially a good, legal person, to help you set up, your initiatives, the best way. So the way I look at it is like you need to surround yourself with the right people. Many of you are going to have your spouse, your brother, your sister, your parents wanting to help you and wanting to be part of it. And I think there's nothing more beautiful than working as family. Look, Johnny and Ben, and Alan, it's amazing. But, make sure as well that these people will do the right stuff and will actually, support the venture, and that they're actually going to bring added value, to your growing business. So I think, at this point in time, I'm going to just pause for a second because I kind of like to talk, but I'm going to pause for a second and ask if you have any specific questions. There's one on RMA, so I will answer the question on RMA. There was a question on the RMAs which says, can we speed up the process because it's been 2 or 3 weeks and I haven't really, got any feedback, and is it possible that we have an RMA process that is quicker? We're working on it, and I know it's sometimes not the best, answers, but we are really working on it because we want to make sure that we process, these RMAs the quickest possible. So we will continue to see how we can expedite, this process and make sure that, the RMA process is the most seamless and the most efficient possible. Now, on another point, I know there's a question about Violet Vault. I don't know. Is anybody interested in knowing about Violet Vault? I'm just asking, So if you want to know when Violet Vault coming, so Violet Vault, we're working very hard at it, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we bring Violet Vault in your hands, by the end of the year. This is really, so I know people say, well, are we going to have it by Christmas? We'll try. We'll do our best. It's the end of the year. It's very heavy, and we have really streamlined every single process possible to get Violet Vault, ASAP. So my standard answer is every day passing, we are one day closer to having Violet Vault. And I'm sure you don't like the answer. But I will, I will tell you, it's like toothpaste. I'm not going to give you a date and not being able to be held to it. But I will tell you that we will bring Violet Vault by the end of the year, and we'll do everything to bring it even sooner. Black Eye Sense. So I saw Susan. You asked about Black Eye Sense. We're working on it. We have, it's a lot of people don't see today, but there's still some shortages on some specific raw materials and pigments in this world. And I will tell you, I kid you not, that's the way it is. So we're working on a process. We're working on finding a solution. So we would bring Black Eye Sense, the quickest possible. We've looked at ways to be able to make it a little differently so you would have it quicker. So, as we did with some temporary packaging for some lip scents and some, skincare, we tried to do that as well for some formulas trying to bring stuff back. However, if I'm not mistaken, from the shimmers I sensed, the 3 shimmers, I think it's the gilded, one of them can work as a Black Eye Sense. A little bit of shimmers, but it can work and substitute to Black Eye Sense. Now, other question. Let me see. Thank you. New mascara. Every day passing, we are one day closer from getting new mascaras. Do you like that answer? No? Okay. We definitely look into mascaras. We will see, the Starry Sky. So we will see how, we're able to push this. So, let me go back on the product strategy for 1 second. On the product strategy is we want to bring new things. But you understand that our priority up to now was absolutely at every second bring back in stock everything that was out of stock. Then we had to bring back, the lip kits. So we have to work, back on specifics of the lip kits. Then we are working on, the samples and the testers. So we're working very, very hard at it. At the same time, we're working on future promotions, line extensions, try to see how we can, bring new shades. There's a lot of questions right now about darker skin. So we're looking very, very seriously into that. And we will continue to look at new products. So like we do for Senesites of gradual improvement and in the background working on brand new stuff and brand new Senesite, same thing here. We're actually making improvements to our current products, and at the same time we're working on totally brand new things. So that's the approach that we take. I just saw a question on samples right now. On skincare samples, you have normal to dry. It's already it's back in, and we will continue to bring back the other skincare. I don't know if it's totally by the end of the year, but I can tell you that we're working, and we are actually our production team is working on it right now. The powders, I know we have some complaints as well about the loose powder. We're looking into it. We're working on trying to find how we could improve, the packaging that, some people have some issues with. So we're working really, very, very hard at it. There was one question, I think, from Anna about larger kit. If we talk about the GDK, as I told you, we're working on bringing back all the kits that we used to have. So I cannot give a date, but just you can be assured that we are actively working on bringing these, ASAP. Let me see. Better brushes and powders. Yes. Mm-hmm. I know. What else? I'm waiting for... Okay, makeup remover wipes question. What about makeup remover wipes? We're working on every new products that, you guys would like to have. So we will see how, on the timing, but definitely all the products that are absolutely key to a cosmetics line, all the products that are actually a good added value and are really useful tools in our makeup or makeup remover line, definitely something that we're looking, very, very strongly. More shadow colors, Amanda, yeah, we're looking into that. Now I cannot tell you the timing because I don't know if my, boss is watching, so I can't tell the date, but we're working on it very, very quickly. Now, there's a couple things. I heard some questions about gloss samples other than glossy gloss. So that's a good question that, I will look into it. And then another question was about oops. See if we could add some oops samples because we have the gloss samples and would we go with oops samples. So that's something that I don't have an answer for exactly, something that we will look into. But definitely, we'll look into. And here's the thing, whether it's through Chelsea, through Chris, through Lara, through, of course, Joni, and through me, when you have, ideas of new products, it is very important that we get your feedback. That doesn't mean that we're going to do exactly what every one of you wants, because then after we go, everyone comes in direction, it gets crazy. But at the same time, we're listening to you. We're listening to what, you need to be able to be successful, and we will continue to set up our strategic plan to be able to provide for these needs. Okay, let me see. Now, I had a question about men's line one day. It's like, well, when are we going to have a men's line? Well, of course, that's something we're looking at. But just so you know, today, Philippe, me, not Pepe Le Pew, Philippe, is actually a user of your products. So that's what I use every day. Okay, love it. I absolutely love it. Then, this is my actually preferred product. I use it every day. I don't know why, I just use it because I love the smell, how it works, and things like that. Then, this is my shaving cream. It works. Tell your husband, boyfriend, son, very good shaving cream. And then, I must say, everybody thinks I'm perfect, and I am not. But if you think that I'm perfect, then you think that maybe I never have pimples or anything, but I kind of do sometimes, so I actually use that. So as you can see, we sometimes in our heads are our own limitation. Let me give you an example, and I will talk about this, and then we'll look at another set of questions. We think, okay, we need to grow international. Hey, how can I get cross-country downlines? How can I grow? But here's the thing. We are less than 1% in every state of the US of market share of active women. So you're going to tell me, Philippe, how do you see that? The biggest market in beauty industry is skincare, 30%. Second one is hair care. Third one, with only 18%, is color cosmetics. Color cosmetics is made of foundations, the face, the eyes, and the lip. Face is 50% of color cosmetics. Then you have the eyes, then the lip is the smallest segment of color cosmetics. So lip sense, if you look at your sales, if lip sense is more than 80% of your sales, my point to you is that you are not actually playing in the beauty market the way the beauty market is set up. Because 1/3 of your sales could really be skincare, because that's what it is for most American women. And by the way, what is beautiful about skincare is that this is a product that takes about 8 weeks to 10 weeks to use, so 2 months to 3 months. So that means that you're going to have repeat sales for the same product, because of course in skincare, you just don't sell, one product. You actually, hold on one second. In skincare, you sell the cleanser, the daytime, and the nighttime, and the evening. So that means that it's a system that works the three of them together. Bam! City bam! That's the way to go, because this is going to be a key growth factor for you for 2018. Skincare is 1/3 of the whole market. What is the share of your sales of skincare? Look at it. And if you're not there, then keep on pushing. Then when you look at foundations is half of the color cosmetic market. So that means that, I'm good. Sorry. Luz, my assistant, came in because she thought I was yelling and I was hurt. No, I'm okay. Just city bam! And so foundations is half of the color cosmetics. That means that you should have bigger sales in foundations than you have in lip. And we have a great mascara, dual-ended, single-ended. So when you look into it, and when you look at yourself and say, well, things are maybe difficult, but as long as lip sense is most of your volume, you are missing out in a bunch of products that are the biggest part of the beauty market. So look at it always as your glass being half full, even half empty, because you have so much thing. So I know it's hard for skincare. Well, one, because we were out of stock for so long. That's one of the current, like Jillian, I see your comment. But here's the thing. It's like we need to retrain ourselves how to sell skincare. If you go to a DMO, and when you do demoing, you start with lip sense, then it's very hard to go with skincare after. If you start with skincare, push skincare, if you have your samples, which we're bringing back, then it's going to be much easier, and you're going to really be able to have people love your skincare, and then at the end, you bring your lip sense, and bam, cindy bam again. You just top it off and you seal the deal. So there's so many, areas of opportunities with your current customer base. Then how do you bring more customers? How do you bring more, downlines? Doing demos, face-to-face. E-commerce is good, but it's not what is going to bring you your future growth and downline. So that means that, and by the way, your hit rate is like not every single person you're going to ask to come to a demo will come. Not every single person who promises to you that she will actually, sign up will sign up. That is part of life. That is part of, the thing is, what we have to see is we've gone through an amazing growth, but we need to be ready to learn from our mistakes. We need to be ready to learn from difficulties, because that's the beauty of it. You don't grow, you don't learn when things are easy. You grow and learn by having to face adversity, being supported by your friends, by your family, your Sene sisters, your Sene family, and that's how you grow. Can you believe? I'm kind of old, but 27 years ago, 28 years ago, I almost didn't speak English. Please, no comment. I know my accent is terrible, and I know I don't speak very well. However, I will tell you that I came to this country, the land of opportunity, land of freedom. I came to this country not speaking much and, just trying to say, okay, how am I going to be able to ever survive in this country? Look at it. It's a beautiful adventure. I am blessed beyond, any kind of belief. And that's what I'm telling you, is that you have in your head to think that you do not limit yourself. When you're having an issue in front of you, then you have a solution. Or some of your Sene sisters have solution. Or yourself, your corporate team is going to help, absolutely, in any ways possible. And when you have a failure, if a demo doesn't go well, if a show doesn't go well, that's okay. Learn from it, grow from it, and you will see it will make you stronger. Because that's the beauty of it. 4 steps forward, 1 step backward. 2 steps forward, no step backward. 5 steps forward, maybe 3 steps backward. That's part of life. When you look at it, it's very simple. Many of you have children. Look at it. Look at how they develop. And by the way, they learn from their mistakes. And what you do, you support them to try to make sure that their mistakes is not costing them so much, that it's, they're getting hurt from it. That's the same thing. And that's the beauty of it. So we will continue, to support you better. I get the message on skincare. This is normal to dry. This is in stock. I know, because I was actually this past weekend, I was picking and packing and shipping. I try to do that at least once a month to really always get my feet grounded. You talk about poetry and farmer. There's some things that, is absolutely key. And for me, one thing to get grounded and to remember the day-to-day is to, once in a while, go back, do the day-to-day, and to make sure that, the people that, on some of the boxes that you receive, the packages you receive, well, they may be actually being packed by someone from the exec team. So if one of you received a box with the wrong products, it may be me. I hope not. Anyway, so let me see. Another, I don't want to hold, people for too long, but let me look at other questions that you would have. More shareable videos about skincare. I will talk to the marketing and sales team. Definitely. Any other question? Actually, you know what? Someone's, Nikki, you say, if mine says Cinebam, I know you've packed it. Well, I would say that I did sign a few Cinebam. So that's true. So maybe you got my, I don't know, but yeah. So, and one thing, let me answer a question that is like, when is the right time, is it the right time to bring people on board? Yes, it's the right time. Why is it the right time? Because very simply, we are 7 times bigger than the prior year. We're back in full inventory. We're back in having our recruiting tools with Jumpstart, Fast Start. We have lip kits. We actually have the promotions, and we have, things coming. Look at what happened on Thanksgiving with a different thing almost every day. In December, right now, up till December 15th on the Abundance Trio, which, by the way, the full-size, fragrances are $50 instead of $70 retail. And when you look at it, there's going to be new things coming. The month of December is not finished, and this is the best time because a lot of people are starting to make their New Year's resolution. A lot of ladies are thinking about, how can I do my next year better? Well, you know what? You're there. You're able to provide them with another opportunity through a little hobby, part-time, whatever it is. So they could get a little extra income, so they could get a new activity. They could join a family in which that would help them support their next year's goals. So as everybody's getting ready for the end of the year, everybody's getting ready, for the future. That's the right time to go toward these people. That's the right time to actually go meet, these people around you and give them the opportunity that will allow them to have the same choice and the same opportunity that you have being a Synergence distributor. So I think, there's no better time. There's no better time than now, bringing people, selling them products and sponsoring them. So that's it. That's what I had to say this morning. I feel very blessed and very humbled that, so many of you would be online watching us. We know that the whole team and the whole Synergence team works very hard day and night, even on the weekend, to make sure that you have everything that you need. So please, if you have any question, that we have info@synergence.com, we have quality@synergence.com, we have all these email addresses that Chelsea, of course, Chelsea, you're doing an amazing job, and with your team, you guys are awesome. And I know that I don't want to give numbers, I'm being careful, but you guys are absolutely blowing the ceiling. And please, keep on going. Anything we can do to help you more, please let us know. And I just want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you. Bye-bye. I don't know how to stop it.